And good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. This one's going to be fun because my friend Kyle Roberts is in this morning, filmmaker.
That's right.
Good to have you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Dead Center Film Festival, one of the great film festivals in this country, has one of your movies in it. We're going to talk about the movie industry in Oklahoma, but it's an exciting movie. We talk a lot about mental health and behavioral health on Hot Seat. So let's start with your film at Dead Center and why it impacts Oklahomans.
Yeah, I mean, this film is about mental health that's told through an adventure lens. So here's the synopsis real quick. A tragedy ignites a group of high school kids onto a trek to find a legendary landmark in the Oklahoma wilderness.
Okay.
And on that trek, they end up confronting the darkness within themselves. So that brings up all kinds of conversations.
Depression.
About depression,
right.
Thoughts of suicide, anxiety, all of these things that are just plaguing our world today. But again, in this like family-friendly package and kind of through this adventure lens, almost Goonies-esque.
So, people that know that you do family-friendly movies, okay? That's what you're about. And you shot this one in Oklahoma, but you work all over the world. My question to you is why this topic at this time?
So this is a calling I had on my life for about 8 years now. It's been a long time crafting it. And if it was my plan, we would have done it in like 2 years. It's like, hey, we have this idea for this movie, let's shoot it, let's get it done. But that wasn't God's plan for this film. He had his own plan of when this was going to come out, when this was going to happen. And now looking, it's been frustrating as a creative because it's like, oh, why isn't this working out? It's such a need for this world. Why isn't this happening? And what I've been able to see retrospectively, like over time, is that God also gave us time to break away from it. When we were doing projects for Mattel and Hasbro and DreamWorks and Disney and all of these things, and then keep coming back to the script with fresh eyes. And that's something even on major Hollywood budgets they don't have. They get it, they have a release date, they shoot it, they edit it, it's over. And I'm really thankful for that time we've had to really craft this thing, because it's a tall order. To have a coming-of-age story where the whole goal is to earn the right to be heard from youth and families all over the world, and not be cheesy. Be real and honest and not cheesy.
Okay, I saw Tevis Hillis's package the other day that you were in talking about the movie and the people that were involved in this movie. Now, we talk about behavioral health, and many times the titans of the last decade, the Terry Whites, the Jeff Dismukes, who helped people understand these topics, that they're real, they impact people's lives. So it took you 8 years to get this done. It's at Dead Center this weekend. What do you want people to learn out of this? This is your plan, your movie, you're sharing this with people, and what do you want to happen now?
Ultimately, the goal for this film from day one, like I said, is to earn the right to be heard from youth and families, but to encourage conversations around mental health. So for parents, if your children are saying something, just listen. Just listen to them. I think sometimes this is still taboo, for people to talk about. They don't want to talk about it. The #2 cause of death from 10 to 16-year-olds in the U.S. is suicide. 10-year-olds. I have a 10-year-old daughter. We need more family-friendly content like this to open up these I'm gonna cry, I'm sorry, to open up these conversations, because it's important. We have to do this. There are shows like 13 Reasons Why and other films and shows, but sometimes they can tend to glorify suicide. And I know that's not the goal for them, but if they keep pushing it and kind of grittier and all these things. So for us, it's important for us in the film, I don't want to ruin anything, but to show like a panic attack, but also it has a lot of humor and adventure and all of these things together that is family friendly and you can watch with your 10-year-old and then open up these conversations that sometimes are hard to talk about.
What did you learn in the 8-year course?
Oh my gosh, so much. The biggest thing I learned is that I'm not in control of any of this. God is in control of this whole thing, and that's why I know it's going to work and it's going to succeed, because He's going to let it. He's going to make it. If you're ever in a time of crisis or just want to talk to somebody, you just pick up a phone, call 988 just like you would 911, and a professional is on the other line to listen and hear you and help you get help. Help is out there.
Kyle Roberts, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having me.
It's good to see you after it. We've known each other many years, and you're still in Oklahoma and still doing things, and I think that's really exciting.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Hot Seat. See this again at news9.com/ShowboatCounts, and follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook @Mitchell Talks.